What's up, everyone? It's your boy Monkey from Monkey's Treehouse here in Wisconsin at 5:14 a.m. About to hit the road, make this delivery I was out here to make, and then I can start heading back to the East Coast. But today I wanted to show you guys how to fuel up a semi-tractor trailer. You see one pulling in right now, the 53-foot trailer in the sleeper cab. Now, it might sound simple. I mean, you want to show us how to fill it up with gas? No. I want to show you how to fill one of these things because there are two tanks. All right, one on each side, driver's side, passenger side. Those of you that I've trained with and those of you that are training without me, you're just basically getting in, starting it up, learning how to drive. To know some of these things when you get out here, it'll help you guys with your careers, help you on the road. So today we are at a Flying J, which you'll get very familiar with in the near future. You get familiar with Flying J's, pilots, TAs, quick fills or quick stops, whatever they're called. And basically, there's a nozzle on each side of the vehicle that you can use to fill your tanks up. You want to do it is obviously you want to go to the pump first. If you have what's called mobile fueling, which I strongly suggest you get if you go into business for yourself or if your company offers that, they have that. You can just basically pull up to the pumps, and instead of having to go inside, request you want full fill-ups on both diesel tanks and DEF fluid, which is diesel exhaust fluid. That's something you guys are going to get familiar with as well. It has to do with the emissions on the vehicle. Basically, mobile fueling is just really, really awesome. You just pull up to the pump, and the GPS automatically detects if you're at, like I say, at a Pilot or a Flying J, where I'm at right now. The GPS automatically detects where you are, and once you select mobile fueling and you select the payment card you'll be paying with, in my case, I'm using my company's corporate Pilot and Flying J fueling card. It'll ask you if you want diesel, DEF, or reefer if you have a reefer trailer, which is a refrigerated trailer as well. If the station offers that, you select what you want. The diesel exhaust fluid is something you guys are going to have to monitor pretty heavily yourselves while you're out here on the road, because if the diesel exhaust fluid does run dry, the truck will still operate, but it will operate at about 5% efficiency. Basically, you'll be going like 5 miles an hour until you get to a station that will let you fill up with your diesel exhaust fluid to get it running back to proper specs. So you're going to be watching two gas gauges the whole time you're driving. You'll be watching your main fuel gauge, which I'll show you right here. Okay, that's your main fuel gauge right there with the diesel fluid in it. Diesel fuel, sorry. And there's your DEF, diesel exhaust fluid. Right now I'm running both at about 3/4 of a tank on each. I don't really need to fuel up, but like I said, I am in Wisconsin. The corporate card is for Flying J's and Pilots. When you go on their apps, they'll show you all the locations all across the country to be able to motivate to find your way to fuel up. But if there's a break in the amount of service stations you see, it's always best to top yourself off before you go back out on the road to wherever you're going, your pickup or delivery or what have you. So what you see on your screen right now is actually my phone screen to show you the Pilot Flying J apps. Like I said, once the GPS detects the location that you're at, it'll automatically bring it up on the screen and gives you a couple of options like start mobile fueling, reserve a shower, reserve parking, and see available offers that they have. Every time you fill up at one of these places, you get rewards. You get reward points for every gallon of diesel you get. You get a reward point. So you start off basically at 0.5 point per gallon, then it goes up to a point, 1.5, 2 points, 2.5, 3, 3.5, and then finally 4 being the max. So you get up to 4 points per gallon the more you use it. The reserve parking is an awesome option. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And like I said, you could use those points you accumulate to reserve yourself a shower, and it'll pay for the shower as well. Reserve yourself a parking spot, it'll pay for that with the points. And you have the Start Mobile Fueling option. So basically, once you pull up to a pump that's open and the GPS locates you, you would select the mobile fueling option, and then it will bring up the payment screen. Now the payment screen, like I said, with the company I work for, they gave me a corporate card, so I'm going to select that for my payment, and then it'll ask you what you want: diesel exhaust fluid, or reefer. I'm going to pick diesel and DEF because that's what I need. I don't have a reefer trailer. And once you confirm that information, it's going to ask you if you want anything from inside the store. Before you do that, it's going to want your vehicle unit number and the mileage. You can see my mileage reading is 494,307. I didn't really go too far since I filled up earlier today. I'm only at 494,678, but I do want to show you guys how to fill up the 2 tanks and the diesel exhaust fluid tank. So I'm going to fill myself up, top off, before I go to this delivery location, and then head back to the East Coast. So actually, if you want anything else in the store, I say no. I've never said yes. I don't know what happens when you do say yes. Maybe we'll save that for another video. But for now, like I said, we're just going to use the mobile fueling. I'm going to pull up to one of the pumps and show you guys how to fill up these 2 tanks and the diesel exhaust fluid tank. Okay. So now we're going to pull up to one of these pumps so I can show you the way to fill these tanks up. We have a pump that just opened up, so I'm going to snag that real quick before anybody else pulls in here, which seems to be happening every couple of minutes. I have to pull up pretty far because I'm parked next to somebody before I start killing this turn. Go on the back of my trailer to swing out. It is. Side that is going to cause you a problem as you go to pull out these island markers here. These concrete barriers, they'll do damage, so definitely want to make sure you got those cleared first. You have to pull up a little further. The tanks on this vehicle particularly are back behind the cab. That's where the nozzles are, so it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Had to learn that the hard way. First took this thing out, that you got to pump a little further than you normally would. So let's get out there and fill this up. Alright, so stepping out of the vehicle, always maintain your 3 points of contact. Going over to the pump, you're going to enter that code that was generated by your mobile fueling app. Once you put the numbers in, it enter, registers, and then tells you, okay, go ahead and begin fueling. And what you want to do is take off your primary tank first, remove the cover. Okay, then you can pop out your nozzle, come on over to it just like you would any other fuel tank, put it in. Alright, and then you want to lift the activator. As you can see, I pressed it, nothing happened there, so you have to actually come over and lift the activator to start the pump, and then you can just click it into place and it will start fueling on its own until it's full. This time you're going to walk around the other side. There's a little bit of walking back and forth during this fueling process, a little bit of a pain in the ass, especially in the colder weather, but no problem. You walk around to the other side now. As you can see, where I pulled up, it was just perfect on one side, but the fuel island's set up in a little bit of a diagonal position, so this one is a little further away from my tank, so I really got to stretch this hose. Put this down for a second, take off the other cap. Okay. And when I wanted to make sure this reaches, so insert that, walk over, turn on my activator, and then come back and start the fueling process. Now while both tanks are fueling, usually it's a good time to clean your windshield. You're going to find a lot of bugs like to splatter themselves on your windshield as you're driving across the great United States here. They do provide a lot of buckets of washer fluid and Windex, whatever, and squeegees to do that with while you're fueling up. It's always usually the best time to do that, clean your windshield. And you can get a little bit of a look at the truck stop here. Like I said, this is where you're going to park if there's available parking spots for you. And you pull in. And then when your pumps click, it lets you know that the fueling is stopped. You come on over to your secondary first, and you're going to make sure it's topped off. And when it is, you see it's full, go hang that back up on the holster. And you can turn off the activator at the same time when doing that. Come on over and cap up your tank. Always do this one first, this way you can walk around to the other side, top off the primary, make sure that's full before you hang that up on the holster, because that will end the sale, so to speak, on the diesel. Alright, so you want to be ready to activate your DEF nozzle and button when you're on this side. So top off your primary, hang that up on the holster. Cliff Bars, not sponsoring this video. Cap up your tank. There you go. And then you're going to walk over to the DEF, or diesel exhaust fluid holster. It looks like this little funny contraption. Open up the flap. This hose is always a pain in the ass. You have to stretch that out of the reel. And then simply uncap your DEF tank. And put you in my pocket for a second there. Need two hands. So you uncap your DEF tank and then hit the diesel exhaust fluid button to start the filling. And then just like a regular gas tank, stick the nozzle in, fill it up. And that's what you do basically after you fuel up. If you do need items from inside the store, as a courtesy to other drivers, you should always pull up out of the fuel island, because there is usually somebody right behind you waiting to get fueled up as well. So you basically pull up the entire length of your vehicle. Sometimes there's a line painted on the ground, sometimes there isn't. Just check your mirrors as you're pulling out and see that you clear the island completely to where the back of your trailer is at least one cab length out of the island itself. So the guy behind you can pull up as far as he needs to do his fueling as well. And this gives you guys a little brief look at the truck stops that we've talked about here in the parking situations. As it is early in the morning, most of the guys are already clearing out to head back out on the road, but these will fill up pretty quickly again very shortly. And there you have it. So I hope you guys found this video informative. I know when I first went out on the road and I had to fill up the first time with 2 diesel tanks and diesel exhaust fluid, it was a bit of a pain in the ass trying to figure it out, but hope this helped you guys out there in your careers and on the road. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just leave a like, comment below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Again, this has been Monkey from Monkey's Treehouse. Thanks for stopping by, checking out the video. As always, stay safe out there, guys. See you on the road soon. Take care.